Mommy-Daughter Dialogue. I'm Aisha, the mommy.
And I'm Ari, the daughter.
And today we're going to talk to you about Mommy-Daughter Day. Mommy-Daughter Day and Mommy-Daughter Vacations, right?
Yeah.
So, Ari, tell them what Mommy-Daughter Day is.
So Mommy-Daughter Day is just when me and my mommy spend one-on-one time together for most of the day. And it can vary on the extravagant spectrum. It can be just us going on a walk and, going to the grocery store, or it can be us going, vacation is like the extreme, or like us going horseback riding or something. We did that before.
Yeah. So Mommy-Daughter Day came out of a time when I just wanted to make a day seem special when she was really little. So I was like, oh, let's have a special Mommy-Daughter Day. And then it just stuck. And it's nothing that we plan far in advance. It's nothing that we schedule regularly. But I do think it's an integral part of the relationship that we have. So I have some questions for her. She has some questions for me. We want you to come along for the ride. So let's talk about Mommy-Daughter Day.
So my first question is, why did you feel like Mommy-Daughter Day was important for us specifically? Because it has always been me and her up until recently. So, most people spend one-on-one time with their children when they have other children or they have a husband. They're just like, I want to spend time dedicated to you. But since it was just us and we were just spending time together all the time, it was like, okay, why did you want to do this special day,
So it started after Ari got sick when she was supposed to go on a class field trip. So she ended up being sick, so she couldn't go on the field trip, and she actually got really sick and had to go into the hospital. So in addition to not being able to go on the field trip, she was in the hospital. It was like some strep throat related stuff, crazy. And so to make her feel better, I was like, we're going to have a special day when you come home from the hospital. I'm going to take off work. And they were going to the Baltimore Aquarium. So I was like, the two of us are going to go to the Baltimore Aquarium. And it's not going to be like a field trip. Like, you can get the map and you can go wherever you want. If it was a field trip, you would have to follow the kids at school. But because it's not a field trip, we get to do whatever you want in the aquarium. So when she got out of the hospital, we took an extra day and went to the Baltimore Aquarium instead of me sending her right back to school. And that was the beginning of Mommy-Daughter Day. Yeah. And what I realized was giving a day a special title for us to do something together, even though it was a lot like every other day we were together, it felt special. It felt special to her, and quite honestly, it felt special to me too. So what started out just as a way to just make you feel like you didn't miss out on something, ended up being this really, this thing that made us both just kind of put a special spin on when we hung out together. And we knew, like I knew on those days, if I called it a Mommy-Daughter Day, no phone calls were going to interrupt it. We know there was nothing that was going to interrupt our time together, whether it was something just simple in our daily life or something a bit more extravagant. It was just going to be the two of us.
Yeah, that was amazing. I had such a good time. My mom is the best hype man. Like, she'll make anything sound like it's just the best thing in the world. She could be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go get our nails done and then go to the pool. And you're like, okay. But then when she says, it's like,
I'm like, girl, you are going to get the best massage of your life. And then they have so many colors and you get to pick the color that matches just your skin tone. Oh my God, it's so fabulous. So pick out your favorite outfit. We are going to get the nail color that matches your favorite outfit. Girl, you want a rhinestone? Yeah. We're going to put some rhinestones on your nails. And then we're going to sit out at the pool and your rhinestone is going to be sparkling.
That's exactly how it was my entire childhood. So, we always did like extravagant things and like really nice things that a lot of people don't experience, but it would be 10 times better when she explained it like that.
I would just hype it up, child. So anyway, what were some of the things that we did So we bike riding. We did a lot of bike riding for mommy daughter days and just around the city. We live in Washington D.C. So just visiting museums and monuments and things like that. We would do that.
Sometimes we would go and try new restaurants.
Yes. Yes.
Like we went to this hot dog place.
A hot dog place for mommy daughter day. I'm telling you. I mean.
And then we got ice cream afterwards.
I don't even remember that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I remember going to the hot dog place, but I don't remember ice cream.
Brewster's, I think that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
We tried that.
Okay.
See,
So you've done that. Because I be like, girl, we're going to have a mommy daughter day. We have done plays.
Yes.
Even like if we take, because we used to take this family trip to New York every year, but then I would make a mommy daughter day out of the family trip. Like we're here with everybody, but the two of us are going to like separate from the crowd and do something special.
Yes.
So we've gone to see Cinderella. We went to the what's the Gazillion Bubble show. Listen, that Gazillion Bubble show in New York City, I don't know if they do it anymore. I mean, of course not during COVID, but when you were little, it was amazing. So Cinderella on Broadway, the Gazillion Bubble show,
Thanksgiving parade,
Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade was a mommy daughter day event. And
you want to know something? I met Nene Leakes. And that just is amazing.
But wait a minute, our seats were also like right up front.
Yeah,
like for mommy daughter day, I always like go.
Yeah, she went all out.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if this is a mommy daughter day thing, I got to do something to make it extra special. So I might be a hype man, but I also like try to do something that makes it special.
Like, you know how some people hype things up and it's like, okay, you hyped it up, but that's not really
that fell flat.
Yeah, it ain't gonna fall flat with this one right here. So.
No. But so we're talking about some things that are kind of extravagant, and that's because sometimes I like to be extra. Everybody who knows me knows that. But so my question for you is, does it really matter? Like there are people who have lots of kids, right? Or more than one for sure. So how do you create like these, what do you think is the important piece of creating those special moments with your kid?
I think the most important thing is that you're just like actually devoted to spending time with them. Like what you said earlier, like I don't have to worry about you answering a phone call while we're, out together. Or just the thought that you as my parent took the time when you have all this stuff going on to think about me and want to spend time with me. That's the important part. I don't think it matters, like, it doesn't have to be the biggest thing ever, but as long as you just put in the effort to try to spend time, that's the important thing.
Yeah. So just on the end of non-extravagant, sometimes our mommy daughter days have been like a walk. Like, okay, let's go to a different park that we may have not gone to before and take a walk there, and then we'll just get some lunch somewhere.
Sometimes those will still be like we're taking walks in the National Mall.
Yeah.
Like.
So you trying to say I'm extra all the time?
No. But sometimes our walks will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Even I think, would you say the sledding was a mommy daughter type of thing, or would you just?
Would you say it was? But see, here's the thing: the mommy daughter experience is all about the child. It's all about how you're making your child feel. So. That's the takeaway, I think, for parents. It is not about what you want from it. That's why she calls me a hype man, because I would hype her. I could care less about like going to a hot dog place. But you see, she remembers that. I mean, I wanted to do it, but it's all about meeting your child where they are and what's going to make them feel special. I'm not an ice cream person. You see, I said I didn't even remember, but she remembers that. So what did the sledding day make you feel special?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
That was a fun day. I think a lot of times when my memories of me and you just having fun together, I think of those as mommy-daughter days. Even though they might not have technically been mommy-daughter days, like memories of me and you having fun together, I'm like, that's a mommy-daughter memory.
Yeah.
So I just think you just gotta really just make your child feels special.
That's the key. That's how the name came up. That's how the situation came up. And sometimes I would be planning something and I'd be like, oh, let me call this mommy daughter day. Just because I had already had it planned in the works. And
that's like the magic word.
Right. She would be like, yes, we're gonna have a mommy daughter day. Even recently, I think during the pandemic, we were out like walking the dog in the neighborhood or something. She was like, we haven't had a mommy daughter day in a long time. I was like, girl, we have a mommy daughter day every day. What are you talking about? But
yeah, it's just something about mommy daughter that means a lot.
Yeah, so it started when you were
probably around 5.
Yeah, I think you were 5. You were in like kindergarten. Yeah. So do you have a question for me?
Yeah. What was your favorite mommy daughter vacation?
It wasn't really a mommy daughter vacation. My favorite vacation to this day with us was the Disney cruise.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That was my favorite vacation, and it wasn't just us. Like my cousin and her family and my mom also came along. But that vacation, we did have part of it that was just us. Like for that vacation, it was her. What birthday was that?
8 or 9.
Her 8th birthday.
9.
So we can segue into we'll talk about that when we get to vacations. But that was my favorite vacation. What was your favorite mommy daughter day?
Favorite mommy daughter day? I don't know. They were all great. I can name a few that like really stick out when I think of mommy daughter day. I think of when we went horseback riding, which was really fun because I had never done that before. Let me think. When we got them hot dogs. I'm a foodie, y'all.
Yes. Yes. We also did like that food tasting thing in Baltimore that one time. Do you remember that?
I remember that. But that one didn't like stick, you know?
Yeah.
But that was cool. That was cool too. And I think one other would probably be when we did bike riding.
Yeah, those were fun. Those were my favorite mommy daughter days, the bike riding days, because we would just ride one of the trails in Virginia like for miles. Yeah, but it was always a really pretty day. And we would go far. Like I would be sore after those rides, but those are my favorites too. Yeah.
And y'all, like when my mom says it's not about the parents, it's about the kid, like she really means that. She would take me to the water park and the amusement park, and she hates
both of those places.
And she would take me. Now she wouldn't get on the rides, but she would take me, and that's a big thing because she hated it. Only thing she probably liked was funnel cake. That's
that's it. That's it. I don't like the crowds. I don't like the heat. I don't like the rides. None of it. No. So yeah.
So that's what moms do. They sacrifice.
Yeah. I think my favorite mommy-daughter experiences are the bike rides, and then whenever we went to plays. And sometimes those would be Broadway shows, because we didn't just do Cinderella. I feel like we did another Broadway show too. I'm not sure, but we definitely did like Rockefeller Center one time. And then, so those were the New York ones, but also we did little shows here in the city, not the city, but in Bethesda, they had like a children's theater.
Oh.
And I would take you to those plays. So I really enjoyed doing things like that. I like the arts. I also really enjoyed when we went to museums, and sometimes that wouldn't just be the two of us. Sometimes we would do that with other people, but I consider those kind of special mommy daughter days too, because my focus was really all on her. So bike rides and anything that has to do with like theater arts, those would be my favorite mommy daughter days.
I can totally see that.
Yeah. And then I would always, because I think theater is more my thing, but I still wanted to introduce her and expose her to that. So I would always try to throw in like a good restaurant. So like, where would she want to eat?
That's exactly where you had me.
Yeah.
But the show, at least the bubble show and Cinderella, those are the only two I can remember.
Okay.
I can't really remember like the Bethesda.
imagination stage, I think is what it was called, and all the kids would sit down on like the carpet. You don't remember? We did that a lot.
Vaguely remember those, but those plays were fun. Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, the two in New York.
Yeah. New York is always fun.
Yeah,
I like New York.
So we can talk about like some other things that, just ways. So our vacations, number one, but also birthdays. I make a really big deal out of birthdays. Yes. Like this child has had some of the best birthdays ever.
Yes.
But which ties into vacations, because a long time ago I asked her, like, would you prefer vacations or birthday parties? And your answer was vacations. Again, hype man, right? So I try to make vacations really special.
I'm laughing because of the fact that when she asked me this, I can vividly remember like, don't my birthday, and she likes vacation. So she was like, you can have a birthday party and stay here and have your family. Or you could go on vacation. And I was like, hype man over here, hyping up vacation.
So do you think you would have had a different, like, did I?
No, I don't. But she really helped me out with making that decision.
Because the birthday parties are so much. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Whereas vacation, I'm like, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So some mommy-daughter vacations. First of all, I would always take a vacation with her, but to my mommies out there, I would always get my vacation in away from her too. Not away from her, but just aside from the vacation that we took. So I always talk about balance on these episodes. That's one way that I balance. Okay, go on a vacation with my daughter and make sure that she gets to go away and have fun. But make sure I have enough money and time set aside so that I can also do what I need to do to fulfill myself and get a break.
So let's say that, you didn't have the money or couldn't afford to take 2 trips. In my opinion, I would rather a mom take her vacation and not take the kid on vacation than put their kid, take their kid on vacation and them not go on a vacation. Because being a mom is so hard. And I think that they deserve to have vacation like once a year. So if you weren't able to afford both, would you have done the kid vacation, or would you have just done your vacation and then?
So first of all, I think being able to afford both is real. However, I think it can be done. So for example, we took a lot of trips just to New York, and our trips to New York involved just getting in a car and driving up there. Now, granted, everybody doesn't even have the money for like tolls and stuff. But when we went to New York, we always stayed with family or friends. So even if that means going to a different place, and so that would be the mommy-daughter vacation. Meanwhile, I got on a plane and went somewhere. So I agree with you. Like, you have to do what, and your kids, while they're young, they don't know the difference. Like, she had a bowl. I would throw, for her birthday, throw a tiara on her head. She'd be walking around New York City. Everybody would be like, happy birthday! And she would have had the best birthday ever. No airfare, no train fare, no hotel room, no nothing. And she's like, this is the best. So your kids really, just like she said, I love that you said I'm the best hype man, because I would hype it up. She would go to New York, get free food, free ice cream, all because New Yorkers are the best. And she would have on her birthday sash and her birthday tiara. And, and the people would be like, oh my God, you're so cute. Here's a free whatever, Yeah. So I think that people have to, number one, yes, work within your budget, but there are ways that you can make it happen. And the other thing is, like, I am extravagant, but I'm also like a budgeter. So early on, I discovered like there are some airlines, if you get their credit card, you can get like buy one ticket, get one for $99. And for many years, we would go to California because I got the credit card that was buy one ticket, get one for $99. So I'm like, and we could go anywhere within the 48, contiguous states. So I'm like, we're going to go to the farthest state. Plus my good girlfriend, one of my best friends, lives in California. And I would have to buy a ticket for myself, and hers would be just $100 extra. So that's how we got to California so much. So, and again, not paying, all I had to pay was the airfare and not pay for a hotel. So there are ways that you can do it on a budget. I didn't start taking her on real vacations until a Disney cruise.
Yeah, that probably was my first like real vacation.
And besides, I am not one of those parents when I see people like going places and they have like little kids. Like I know that there are some situations. This is why I always, if you haven't watched previous episodes, I talk about that village, because I was like, first of all, I'm not taking her anywhere until she can remember. Like if before you were 4 or 5 years old, why am I going to pay money to take you someplace and you don't remember the experience? So there was that.
See so much of that in Disney World.
Ooh, these babies and strollers. I'm like, what? This is not a vacation. You bringing your infant?
Yeah.
But that's me. I was like, I'm not taking no 2-3-year-old to the islands. I'm not doing it. So her first trip to California, even in my mind, I'm like, she has to be able to like carry a little backpack, and she lugged her own little car seat through the airport. At that point, it was a booster seat. But I was like, I'm carrying everything else. I need you to carry your little toys in your backpack, and here, hold your booster seat. And she did, happily, through the airport. I think we went to Atlanta one time, too. And you had a little booster seat. But yeah, before that, I was like, I'm not doing all. But again, as a single mom, I didn't have like my husband there to help me. Okay, hold her while I go to the bathroom, or hold this or hold that. So I was like, nah. Once she can carry things herself and do a little bit more for herself, and she can remember, then we can do those things. So
yeah.
But anyway, vacation. So we did go to Atlanta. A lot of time in LA.
Yep.
San Diego, a couple of cruises.
Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas was a birthday vacation.
Vegas at 6, y'all. Vegas at
This
6.
child told me she wanted to go to Vegas. I was like, how am I going to make this work? But we did. No drinks. I didn't. Again, this goes back to the mommy-daughter thing. Like, it was her vacation. So no drinking, no gambling, a whole kid-friendly vacation in Vegas, again with her little birthday tiara, because it was a birthday vacation.
Yeah. We spent some of it in California, and then we drove to Las Vegas.
Got the room for little or nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, but like at the time, I was, scouring for rooms, and I don't know why they were so cheap, but we got to stay at the Mandalay Bay in a suite. We got upgraded to a suite. And it was like $60 a night.
Yeah, this one can find a deal.
I can find a deal. And then I will ask for an upgrade. So that's what happened. So we got that $60 a night room. Mandalay Bay, which was perfect for her. They upgraded us to a suite because it was her birthday. And I think my aunt, pull some strings or something. So that's why I'm like, vacation in terms of what you can afford and what you see. Like, I'm extravagant, but I also like to save $1. I really do. So
that's what Rasheen would call the Russell.
Yeah.
The Russell hustle.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna make it look good, but I'm gonna save $1 too. Yeah. So what were some of your favorite vacations? I told you mine was the Disney cruise, and that was a whole thing. That was a surprise for her. That was another reason it was fun.
Yeah.
So we flew to Miami. That was a surprise.
The whole thing was a surprise.
Yeah. I was like, I woke her up that morning and was like, here's a brand new outfit, flew to Miami, had her bags packed. and then we drove up Florida coast to Port Canaveral to take the cruise, the Disney cruise. To the Bahamas, yeah. And then we went back and spent like a day or two in Fort Lauderdale and flew home. That was so much fun. Yeah. What was your favorite?
My Disney cruise, because after that trip, I had asked her so many times, like, I want to go back.
Yeah, we haven't been back.
But also Las Vegas. That was very memorable.
How so?
I don't know, just being 6 in Las Vegas. We went go-karting.
We went to Circus.
Yes, and then, before that, like I said, we were in LA, so we went to Disneyland.
We sure did that same trip.
Yeah.
I think we went to San Diego that trip too. So we spent some time in LA. We were in Beverly Hills. We went to Venice Beach. Then we went down to San Diego and went to Coronado, the Coronado Hotel down there and the beach down there.
I don't remember that part.
As I have pictures.
Oh.
And then we went to Disneyland. And then drove out to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We sure did.
That was a crazy trip.
We sure did.
So those two probably my favorites.
One of the most memorable trips I think we took was when we did the PCH, took the Pacific Coast Highway. I drove my girlfriend went with us. We drove out, flew to California. My girlfriend met us there. She lives there, but we drove up the Pacific Coast Highway from LA
to San Francisco.
Really Riverside County to San Francisco. That was the most memorable trip.
Yeah. She drove the whole time, y'all. She did an amazing job.
Listen, I will never do that again. That Pacific Coast Highway was crazy, so I'll never do that
once you get up in the mountains.
And then it got dark because our timing was wrong. But she wanted a convertible, so
we got a convertible.
We did it in a convertible.
Yes.
Yes, we did. So we, did the whole California coastline in a convertible, and that was nice too. But yeah, all these things like making it about her, what she wants.
And then you have your own trips about you.
Yeah.
What you like.
I would have my own trips about me. Yeah. So, anywho.
And like we keep saying, they don't have to be that extravagant.
They don't.
So just spend one-on-one time. For people, what do you think for people who have like multiple kids? How should they split it up? Because you don't want people to fit your other kid. Like, let's say you have 3. You don't want your 2 others to feel left out, but at the same, like, how do you balance that? Or what advice would you give?
So I'm gonna give a shout out to one of my friends, Crystal, who has Carbell's blog, and I can't remember the name of her other blog, but like something like Mom Has Eyes in the Back or something. But anyway, she has 4 daughters, and I see her all the time doing special things with her daughters. So just acknowledging the individuality of each child and making time for each one of your kids so that they feel special. So that might not be a whole day. Like Ari and I got to spend, a whole day together. We spent all our time together. But if you have multiple kids, maybe it's if I had 3 kids, mommy Ari date night, and then mommy so-and-so date night or date evening, or breakfast. Right. And so just kind of knowing that once you do it with one, you're going to have to do it with all of them, and picking that thing that makes that child feel special. That would be my advice, just based on the way that I've seen it done for people who have multiple children. But I will say this, I do think that it's still important to have that one-on-one time, even if it's just once in a while, maybe once or twice a year even, with each child. I think that would make a difference.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have like 10, 12 kids, because then you might have to do one a month.
That sounds expensive.
Right. But yeah, so that's what I would say in terms of how to do it.
That's really good advice.
because I think that's important. It's all about making your child feel special, making your child know that they are important to you. I have always wanted you to feel like I would drop everything for your well-being. That's always been important to me. And so that includes in good times and bad. Like, making sure that she feels like she's special and important and a top priority, if not number one priority in my life. So that's what Mommy Daughter Day is about.
I love that.
Yeah. So anything else for you?
No, I don't think so. Do you have anything?
You know what I think is funny? This is what I think is funny. For her 16th birthday, we did this whole European trip, and that didn't make either of our lists. And I'm gonna tell you what, that European trip was so much fun.
I had fun. I had lots of fun.
But I think that we took it with a whole bunch of people, so it didn't feel like a mommy-daughter experience.
Did we even spend any one-on-one time together?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah. Maybe that's why we didn't mention it. Because that trip, we had a blast.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
In the history books.
Yeah, that one goes down in history books, but that didn't make this the mommy-daughter experience.
That was fun.
Yeah. So we are now, transitioning into having experiences as a young adult and mom. So now we're starting to have those kinds of vacations, which are different. I'm not putting in as much effort, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Because I'm like, it's time for you to find your own joy.
And I'm like, what?
Right.
Like, you're not going to be planning this trip?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of had to wrap my mind around that. And I'm like, okay.
I don't think she's wrapped her mind around it for real.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, because I literally have taken a back seat, and I'm now like, so what are you going to plan? Like, what you want to do?
I'll just be chilling.
Yep. She plans nothing.
But I also feel like I love traveling with my parents, but I also feel like I'd rather travel with some people who are my own age.
Yeah, because you're reaching that stage of the game.
So, this last trip to Puerto Rico, I had fun, but I was like, dang, like I wish I could travel like with
some up here. Yeah. So we reached that stage in development, growth and development. So it's time.
And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna tell her that because I don't want her to take it the wrong way.
Child, do you think I will take the wrong way, like not spending extra money on you?
Maybe. I don't know. So I was like,
I am so okay with her going on trips with her girlfriends and me not having a plan nor spending money to take her with me. I'm okay with that.
Hopefully you can contribute a little bit to my travel.
Yeah, contributing to your travel is different than all out paying for you to come with me. I like extravagant shit. You know what I'm saying? Like her traveling with her girlfriend somewhere is not going to be on the same level as me staying in the oceanfront room because that's what I like.
I don't need that.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that.
Cool fist bump.
And there we have it, folks.
So
we will continue like the Mommy Daughter Day tradition, but it's going to look different.
Yeah, it is.
And I think her trips from this point forth will look different because it's time for her to start planning her own shit.
Yeah, so exciting when COVID ends and I go to college, meet a new group of friends and stuff. Things are gonna be looking good,
and I'm excited for her because this is where my love for travel began, with the people that I met like in college and grad school. So
yeah.
All right, y'all. So thanks for joining us for this ride down memory lane. Remember, if you are to implement Mommy Daughter Days or Mommy Sundays with your kids, it's just all about making them feel special. It doesn't have to be really extravagant or anything like that. Just make them feel special and let them know that the day is theirs. Do whatever you can so that they know that it's their day. All right?
Yeah. And if you guys hang out, take pictures and tag us. We love to see you guys hang out with your child or your mommy.
Yeah.
So anyway, bye y'all.
Peace.